Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Red Pill Diaries, and this is your breaking world news brief. Excuse me. And I want to just bring something to light to you all. Around the clock, we're watching all the things that are happening and unfolding, especially in the Palestinian and Gaza conflict. I want to bring to mind something: the mission creep of the United States. Okay, I want to point you guys attention to October the 12th. Today is October the 16th, October the 17th in some areas, okay? Around 8:28, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And I want to point you back to something from October the 12th. And the title of the article is U.S. Won't Fight for Israel, White House. Washington has no plans for boots on the ground. The NSC spokesman John Kirby has said. No American troops will be deployed to Israel. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby told reporters at the White House on Thursday. The U.S. will continue to supply the Israel Defense Forces in their fight against Hamas, however. We have national security interests throughout the region, Kirby said at the daily press briefing, referring to the deployment of a carrier strike group to the Eastern Mediterranean, but quashed any rumors of airborne troops or Marines being sent to Israel. The Israelis have made it very clear that they don't want any foreign troops on their soil, that they want to prosecute these operations on their own, and they have every right to do that, Kirby said. There are no intentions, all right? The United States always uses, we have no intentions to intervene in the Syrian conflict. We have no intentions to do this. We have no intentions to do that. And before you know it, they have intentions. It says there are no intentions, no plans to put American troops on the ground in combat. In combat, see? Not on the ground, but on the ground in combat. It's very important that we look at this. The U.S. already has some experts providing West Jerusalem with advice and counsel on how to free hostages taken by Hamas, and maintains a terrific information and intelligence sharing relationship with Israel. Now, what's important about this? Who would give advice and counsel on how to free hostages? Special forces, right? Right? And he says in the sentence before that, there are no intentions, no plans to put American troops on the ground in combat. Now, before that, he said that U.S. would not have any boots foreign troops on Israeli, which is Palestinian occupied soil. He, within the same sentence, same paragraph, he left with a few caveats, all right, that one must pay attention to. Why do I say that? It's because the United States then delivered weapons to Israel. Then, after that, they deployed a second aircraft carrier to occupied Palestine, which is Israel, because on October 15th, the article comes out, says U.S. sends second aircraft carrier to Israel's aid. Now, pardon me if I'm wrong, and please forgive me, but I thought Israel was the military superpower, according to the West, that had no rival in the Middle East. I thought Israel was the one that had the best fighting force and the best air force and the best air defense system and the best troops. And if this is so, and Hamas is a ragtag militia with no air force, little to no air defense, then why would America need to send two aircraft carriers to Israel's aid? Aid. That means they are becoming a party too, right? And Washington says this: Washington seeks to deter hostile actions against Israel by any state or non-state actor. They sent two. So here it is, mission creep. Now, from there we go here, because it is getting very, very hard for the West to keep this going. Okay, 4 hours ago, it was being reported that the Pentagon will send 2,000 troops if need be. This was being reported by the Wall Street Journal. Mission Creep. So I keep telling you, they see something regional. They're telling you one thing and doing another thing. So this article comes out today, and it was released at 7:25. And it says Pentagon to send Israel 2,000 troops if need be. See how they always do that? According to the Wall Street Journal. The Pentagon, if need be, will deploy virtually 2,000 troops to Israel to assist the occupying regime with this war on the totally besieged Gaza Strip. Remember, America said she would not get involved, according to Kirby. And now we're seeing this, which, if this continues to, it will force Iran, it will force Syria, it will force Hamas into a war. And maybe this is something that they want, because I keep hearing Lindsey Graham keep talking about throwing Iran, one of the largest oil producers and gas producers, out of the oil market. Now, here's the strange thing. America and the West are already suffering from their sanctions against Russia. And yet they still want to try to deny Iran, which will hurt the already crumbling European economies and the United States economies. So they're going to cut their nose, tongue, and eyes and ears out in spite of their face. This article also says the troops currently stationed in West Asia and Europe are not expected to serve in combat roles, according to the a U.S. official that was cited by the journal. Now, the boots on the ground are said to be tasked with providing advisory and military support only. Yeah, right. Isn't that what they said in Iraq? Didn't they say that in Afghanistan? Didn't they say that in the Sahel and all around Africa where U.S. bases are? Didn't they say that in Colombia, as they said that they were prosecuting a drug war? So what we're seeing here is mission creep to the utmost. I think the U.S., the U.K., and the Western world sees that they have a limited window, and they want to try to break one of the new inductees of the BRICS, Iran, new inductee of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, Iran, to weaken Russia, to weaken China, to weaken the BRICS and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and most importantly, to weaken what? The global South. Because they see the so-called rules-based international order being supplanted and overthrown by a more fair, more just world. And it is not acceptable to the West, specifically and especially America and the UK, who are the leaders of this rules-based international order of injustice, pillaging, occupation, and war. And they see that. They see that there's a limited time. But what we're watching is mission creep towards the MENA war, the Middle Eastern, North African regional war. All signs are pointing towards it. I tell you, get your popcorns, because it's going to be bloody. They may come to some type of agreement to forestall major events, but they can only keep that genie in the bottle for so long. We're watching the positioning, the pre-positioning, and the preparations for all-out regional war as we speak. This has been a news brief, a Breaking Worlds news brief from the Red Pill Diaries. I'm Rashid. Be blessed. More to come. Yeah.